Everyone thinks that King K. Rool is just a crazy croc that has a banana stealing agenda. But what if I were to tell you the truth is actually a lot more disturbing? So today we're going to be peeling back more than just bananas. We're peeling back the layers of a villain who might be far more dangerous than any of us could have ever realized. And hey, if you end up enjoying this video, please consider liking and subscribing. Really helps the channel out a lot, and I plan to make a lot more theory videos like this. The first time King K. Rool showed up was all the way back in 1994 as the main antagonist of the newly released Donkey Kong Country series for the Super Nintendo. Now, Donkey Kong as a character was on a long hiatus before being revitalized by Rareware, a second-party developer studio based in the UK. Through Donkey Kong Country, Rare breathed new life into the character by giving DK a new look, new buddies, lush new environments, and most importantly, a group of baddies known as the Kremling Crew. A diverse group of banana-hungry crocodiles all sporting unique designs with tons of charm and character. I think I speak for most people when I say, damn, like Rareware, they were cooking with these designs. Now, King K. Rool himself being the leader of the crew, his design features a gold-plated stomach, a red cape, and a royal crown to assert his authority. And what I find to be one of the most interesting design choices, a singular, bulging, bloodshot eye. Now, looking back at K. Rool's inception, it's very apparent that he was designed to be similar to how Bowser is in the Mario series. A big bad villain with an army against DK. Now, some of you may be wondering, what is the true motive behind K. Rool's obsession with the Kong banana horde? Why does the guy even want the bananas? Does he do this only to mess with the Kongs? In the English manual, it never explicitly states it. All it says is King K. Rool is the supreme commander of the Kremlings and mastermind behind the banana heist, but it still doesn't answer our question. Games went by. K. Rool even attempted to catch the ape himself, while also donning new outfits with alter egos such as Captain K. Rool and Baron K. Roolenstein. Now, when we get to DK64, there's a certain character introduced that goes by K. Lumsy. He's a gigantic Kremling that was ordered by K. Rool to destroy DK Isle. K. Lumsy refused, however, stating to K. Rool that he loved the island and couldn't bring himself to hurt the little monkeys. K. Lumsy was then thrown in literal jail by K. Rool, all because the guy wanted to protect the monkeys and loved the island. What makes this situation even more interesting, however, is that in the Japanese version of the game, it states that K. Lumsy and K. Rool are actually brothers. So now we know for a fact K. Rool is a rotten individual, but still nothing concrete to get to the root of why he does all of this. Now, sadly, as many of you may know, shortly after Donkey Kong 64 released, Rareware was bought by Microsoft, leaving the future of the DK series unknown. New games went by, however mostly spin-offs with some actually featuring K. Rool, but I'm not going to count them being lore-based for this video just because they're spin-offs and not mainline entries. Fast forward to E3 2010, and it happened. Donkey Kong Country was back, this time being developed by Retro Studios, titled Donkey Kong Country Returns. Now, these games were received with universal acclaim, and while being great games, many were hoping for the return of the Kremlings and K. Rool. However, sadly, that just was not the case. At this point, years flew by with no sign of K. Rool ever returning in a mainline DK game. Later on, he did get into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which was an incredibly hype reveal, but the DK series itself seemed to be in hiatus once more. Was this it? Was Donkey Kong as a franchise over? Did Nintendo not care about DK anymore? Banana-hungry fans across the world were clamoring and praying for a new Donkey Kong game. At this point, sadly, all hope seems like it had been lost for the Donkey Kong series. That's right, Donkey Kong Bonanza! A brand new 3D Donkey Kong game being released for the Nintendo Switch 2. This game had fans ecstatic. I mean, what a great time to be a Donkey Kong fan. Donkey Kong was finally about to get the respect he deserves, and fans were eating good. But then that left the question, is King K. Rool going to finally make his triumphant return? Will it be the Croc's finest hour once more? In the weeks leading up to the DK Bonanza release, fans were already online speculating and theorizing about the possibility of K. Rool making his return. And on July 17th, 2025, we were finally going to get our answer. That's right, King K. Rool was finally back. Turns out, he and his Kremling crew decided to take a trip down to the planet core to locate the wish-granting Banandium root. But in classic Kremling fashion, they failed miserably and have been stuck down there for years. I mean, finally though. Finally an explanation for their absence for all of these years. I mean, I just find it absolutely hilarious that the reason that they were gone so long is because they were just stuck down here in the planet core and no one knew anything about it. The king declares that he'll finally claim the Banandium root. Then in true Kremling fashion, he belly dives straight down into the planet core like an absolute lunatic. Fast forward now to when DK and Pauline catch up to the crazy croc is when we finally learn the reason he's been after these bananas. Ladies and gentlemen, King K. Rool's wish is to turn the entire world into overripe, rotten banana mush and feast until he has had his fill. King K. Rool wants to eat rotten bananas. That's it. The whole hoard? He was just letting it rot. He's not hoarding it for value. He's aging it like it's a fine wine. And when it's finally disgusting enough, he feasts. Wait, rotten bananas. And he's a crocodile. Wait, hold on. Dude, rotten bananas. He's a crocodile. So the reason why is, oh my god, it's because he's a crocodile and they can eat rotten meat. Holy, that is so disgusting. But like, that's so cool at the same time, dude. I mean, this is just some absolutely insane characterization. Lore in-game taken from how crocodiles behave in real life. I just cannot believe Nintendo expanded the lore like this. And what gets me the most is, to my knowledge, I think no one else on YouTube has realized this comparison. I believe that Nintendo was aware that crocodiles can and will eat rotten meat after storing it for so long. I find this extremely disturbing, yet at the same time, amazing characterization that Nintendo has baked into K. Rool's character. So yeah, it's official. King K. Rool isn't just crazy, he's a rotten banana connoisseur. And you can't even blame the guy because it's in his primal instincts to be that way. And that makes him more disturbing than ever. All I can say now is I'm glad this croc is finally back. And the characterization is just so disgustingly awesome that I just have to now rank him as my favorite Nintendo villain ever made. I hope everyone watching enjoyed this video and had as much fun watching as I did making it. This is the first theory I've done for the Mario universe with many more to come. If you want to check out more of my content, I also stream daily on Twitch playing Mario Kart World competitively, so be sure to check that out if that sounds like your cup of tea. I'll leave a link in the description. Oh, I'm cooked, I'm getting shocked. It's not. Oh no. Oh my god, I'm almost getting first, dude. Am I getting first? Let's f***ing go, man. Now that's a wrap. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.